Here we have Celo, CELO or CGLD, whatever it is, being requested by Mr. Michael Ruth. We can look at a general overview on this one as we did follow up on it yesterday and still holding up really, really well here, actually, all things considered. Again, please understand the context of this market right now. We are recording this video on the 22nd of September, where most of this market's down, big right now, and this one's actually holding up, and not just holding up, it's maintaining its long-term uptrend. Even a short-term uptrend as well, it looks like. Let's go down to a 4 hour right here. Okay, 4 hour is down. Is downside angled. I would be looking for a short-term downside move somewhere around about 560, just 565 or so. But I would not call this a bearish chart. This one is actually quite bullish, especially as long as you're not breaking below about 540, even on a short-term time frame like a 4 hour. Now, 560 in this case. If 560 does break on a 4 hour, I would extend downside moves all the way to 480 to 490ish region, and very likely look for a bounce there. But again, this one deserves a lot of credit just for not looking like shit, in line with most of the rest of this market. And actually looking quite constructive here as well. Weekly looks like we're looking for continuation long term. Let's go down to the very low term timeframes like an hourly. Yeah, so short term timeframes are downside angled. I would be looking for a move somewhere between about 565 to 570 or so. Let's see if I'm adjust that over here, and then we'll come up with something on the daily. Daily is actually to be pointed down if we do close today below about $6 or so. So it is in a bit of a corrective phase, yes, but that's okay. That's to be expected after a nice move. Yep, short term is very much down, 695 magical number, and hourly is freshly down. Yeah, so this one very likely does want to test some downside here. I'd be looking for a bounce around this region, and then very likely over the next week or so, maybe gives another try to the upside. Long term, I have no issues with this chart at all, especially as long as you are above about 480, in fact. But if you do start to break 480, this would invalidate the long-term bullishness, at least in my eyes, and I would be looking for a return back down to, below $4 before anything else. But for what it's worth, I mean, this is pretty good coming into the, well, good for an altcoin coming to the end of September here. 5 day, same thing as well. I'm never going to hit a 5 day chart or any chart that closed on new all-time highs, and this one's closing tonight. So if you are looking at the longer term, any sort of a closure by end of day today at 8 p.m. Eastern time above, especially $6, but even 580, it's going to look really, really good for long-term continuation. And I expect that this one very likely will, after a bit of a short-term, medium-term correction, is what it's looking like. So short and medium-term down, long-term still good, but that's going to take some time to play out, obviously. So hopefully that was helpful, and there you go for Celo.